what's about to happen. On deck, ladies on deck. JC, what up? King
I
Jaffe,
literally
what's
love
up?
that for us.
Katrina. Oh, 10:05. Look at that. We made it. Okay. Let's see how this goes. All right. Welcome everybody to the Monday morning marketing meeting. I'm your host, Nick Love. Like me, love me, follow me right here on Fanbase. We do this call every single Monday, 10 a.m. Here go the guys. I knew they was coming. We do this call every single Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on this app. I appreciate everybody jumping on here. You know, this is always cool to have my people up here. As this call implies, the call is about marketing. We talk about strategies, ideas, concepts, things to get your creative juices flowing for the day, the week, the month, the remainder of the year. We are in week 1 of August. My birthday is on Wednesday. I am counting down the days till I turn a year older. So I'm kind of excited about that, man. So throw me some loves if you got a chance, because it's a good chance I won't be on here on Wednesday. But yeah, birthday on Wednesday. Leo's checking in. So shouts out to all of y'all. Any Leos in the building, please make yourself known so I can throw you some love from my side. Because I got love for all my Leos, but my August Leos in particular. Like, I'm a big fan of y'all. So shouts out to y'all.
Yes, August Leos turn up.
That's right.
How y'all gonna divide us, man? How y'all gonna divide us like fair? July is like 4 days. That's crazy.
I know you still a Leo leader. We love you. We love you anyway. But luckily I don't have to do this call by myself. I'm joined by some of my smart, amazing, brilliant, funny friends who are up here. I had all the ladies at first before Gary and Jermaine and Isaac showed up, but it's all good, man. The ladies gonna run the day today, so we're gonna let them have it. But I'm glad I got my guys up here. So shouts out to Gary, Noel, Isaac, Vanny, Tasha, Tiff, Alita, Scale, and my boy Jermaine. Before we get rolling today, I need y'all to do a couple things for me. Top right hand side of your screen, there is a campfire emoji. It's fire and log. Click on that. Join the campfire if you have not joined it already. That'll let you know when we are starting this call. And bottom right hand side of your screen, there's an arrow. Hit that arrow. Share the room. Let people know that we are about to get started. We're blasting off on today's conversation. Today. Before we get rolling, Isaac, any updates on Fanbase we need to know about?
Yeah, Invested is a new podcast we started. Tap in. You should do a watch party of some of that stuff, some of the segments. Whenever we get a chance. But yeah, we started that. It kind of, our audio room kind of turned into a podcast, and that's where we are with it now. So new episode every week. And that's about it. And the race continues, and that's it. And we got a new hire starting today, which I'm really excited about. So
nice. New hires are good. Are good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get rolling. For everybody who, for those of y'all who may not know, there was an ad an American Eagle put out called basically the Good Genes campaign. It was starring Sydney Sweeney. Now, mind you, I'm terrible when it comes to like white actresses. Like, I can't tell them apart. Like, I know Margot Robbie when I see her because I just think she is just a bombshell. That's just me. But if you ask me about any other white actress, they all look the same to me. I couldn't pick one from the other. I'm real bad about it. But Sydney Sweeney, I had to go look her up to exactly know where I would know her from. And I was like, oh, okay, I got it. But she's a pretty girl. But she did the Good Genes ad for American Eagle, and it picked up all of the traction. People were just, on her head as well as American Eagle's head about what people deemed as the implications or the underlying tone of the ad. If you haven't seen the ad, I actually, I haven't taken advantage of the whole watch party thing. Isaac, let me see if I can find the ad and like add it to the top of this one. But actually, Gary, if you know how to do it, can you do it for me? And one of y'all have to show me how to do it at some point. But the ad was basically about her saying that she has this pretty hair, she got these beautiful eyes, da 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 da. She said, "Cause I have good genes. My favorite genes, my favorite genes are blue." And I'm gonna be honest with you, on its face, I was like, cool. cooler ad, whatever. I thought nothing of it. Man, it was a shitstorm on social media about people being like, "This is pushing white supremacy. This is crazy." I mean, it was like a lot of outrage about it. Isaac, in particular, I know when things like this come about, and I don't even know your opinion on this particular ad, but I know that you are very vocal about these advertising agencies and these companies using kind of like a rage baiting type of thing, especially when it comes to us, getting us fired up about various things when it comes to advertising or just media buys and just firing up the black population because we're the ones that are going to be vocal about it. We're going to talk about it on social media. We'll do calls like this and add more fuel to the fire. But other people were like, "Yo, what's the big deal?" I was one of those. I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I see what you mean. I can see how you could pull that way, but I mean, I didn't really even look at it that way. I didn't even think it was particularly a great ad like that. But now that it has everybody talking, I'm like, shit, this might have been a genius ad. So I really want to throw it out to you guys on the stage. It was just a marketing misstep that nobody in the room saw what it could potentially become. Was this done purposely? And this was like, this is what'll get people fired up, or was this just genius marketing? So I'm gonna throw it to anybody on stage that want to take it. I got all the ladies up here, so I would love to hear what y'all think. I also want to play a little devil's advocate later in the show, later in this call, because I feel like if that was a black actress up there or anybody else, I don't know that this gets the same attention or like the reaction that it gets. If this is Halle Berry, if this is Sweetie or anybody else saying they got good genes, I don't think we care. I don't think it gets this.
Jeans. And I definitely won't.
It was definitely not genius marketing. Absolutely not. They knew exactly what they were doing and they knew exactly who they hired. And just a little context on her. So she's an actress in Euphoria, which is a HBO show produced by Drake of all people. Which I think is very, very fitting a bit, right? Anyway, her character in itself is it gives very Lolita, very whitewashed and all American, I guess. With this particular commercial, it was definitely a whistle. I don't know if you guys remember in Trump's first presidency, the Aryan Nation tried to get Taylor Swift to be like the face of them, and she said absolutely not. She kicked back, right? So they're always looking for this blonde, blue-eyed girl to represent the white nation, however you want to call it, right? So they knew what they were doing. They knew the messaging behind this. She was talking about her features, right? Her white features, her very white features. And she was talking about her jeans. And at the end of the video, she says her jeans are blue, basically representing the party. So it's a whistle, absolutely. And that's why it's really outrageous how just blatant it was. And they knew who they were talking to. They have a target audience and they knew who they were talking to. That's my opinion.
So before the next person goes, I want to play the ad and unmute it. So because I see people in the chat that was like that have not seen it or just want to hear the ad before we get deep into the conversation. So who is it? Did Gary do this or Isaac did that?
I did. I'm
okay, cool. Can you replay the ad for me?
Yeah.
And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has very jeans.
You see what I did there, right?
Yeah, I'll play the other one. Yeah, I'll play the other
Where
one.
did she mention her? I'm missing something. Was this the short version?
No, it's just a bunch of different ones of these. It's literally like 5 or 6 of these.
Oh, okay.
And there's one where she talks about she describes what jeans are. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand why. I mean, for real, God, this is I could care less. Bro, we got bigger things. We got bigger issues. That's what I'm saying, bro. We got bigger shit to worry about, dog. Oh man, listen, I'm gonna be as politically correct as I can, but it's different. What like the best marketing plan in the world, I've always said, is to disrespect the Black community because we're so sensitive. And I get it. I understand the trauma and the things we've been to, but we have to learn how to take disrespect and turn it into action and not outrage. It's different.
Market, because this,
But
this, as I said, this is not a new campaign. Balenciaga did it. I feel like
Brooke Shields did it in the 80s.
right.
Who was it that Foxy Brown was a part of that ad that Gene had years ago?
I don't know, man. I don't know why we even
It's
having
like,
this. I don't even know why people is even. Who, bro? This is a distraction, dog. It's
but hold on. Let's try to remove some of the emotion, right? Because I think what we end up exposing a lot in these conversations is the difference between the business and marketing and people's emotional reaction, right? And not to say that the emotional reaction isn't fair, but a lot of these marketing rooms you're sitting in, we're normally not in, or it's one of us. So that determines a lot of what's discussed in the room. Normally, the person sitting there doesn't want to shake the room. And so when this goes around the room, nobody's sitting there going, oh my God, how are people going to feel? And so they run with it. And realistically, as much as African Americans, Blacks, people of color in general consume, they're still not going to market to you because they know you're going to buy it anyway. So they don't have to sit there and be concerned with how it's going to be perceived because they're like, oh, you're going to talk about it. And somebody's on TikTok still selling you the jeans. Somebody's on Instagram still linking it. They're just not that concerned. So I think to Isaac's point, in a situation like this, if somebody wanted to quote unquote flip it, you could be like, I know you saw the other silly ad about jeans, but let me show you what real jeans look like. If it was a brand that wanted to make an expansive and almost like a reactive ad to benefit from the response of this.
To underthink this, being directly in e-commerce marketing, especially on a global level, like for me, because I am Black, I do have to take in considering messaging and target personas that could be versatile across different 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 countries. So like what I say to Australians may not read over well in the UK or may not read over well to Americans. So for me as a marketer, I have to be conscious of that, especially since marketing departments are leaning very heavy on AI with like ChatGPT and Claude. ChatGPT and Claude is not thinking about Black people. Like they're creating content and they're like, oh, that's good. And then after the fact, it's like, oh shit, Black people are upset. Like I think to underthink this, and that is just my opinion from what I see in the full picture of how a lot of things may impact or affect other nationalities or even like other countries. So like with American Eagle, that's something that that's the target audience that they chose, that's the messaging that they use because that's their audience. So I think we, as Black people, I think we do a lot of creating messaging that tailors to everybody instead of just talking to our people. And a lot of these companies are just choosing their people and they're talking to their people.
I have a question for the people in the room and even in the chat. Who in here buys American Eagle jeans?
My
Me.
kids. My kids.
Okay, I didn't know that. So that's what I'm saying. I ain't even know. So I was like, I ain't think we bought these jeans. To be honest, I thought we bought a whole bunch of other kind of jeans. I didn't even know we buy American Eagle jeans. So, okay, I didn't know.
Well, I mean, it's just like I forget which ad were we discussing about this time last year, Isaac, where you were specifically discussing the fact that they will drop an ad just to no, we were talking about Trump, where they either activate you by anger or fear. Now, this like they don't we established back then that they don't care whether or not they anger. It's just about the once our emotions are activated, then everything they need from a marketing standpoint it actually gets
It's accomplished.
yeah.
Once the impressions are there, like they're talking about it and it's bringing up a conversation. But when we do this, we have these conversations every single time and nothing changes. Why even have the conversation? It's like, what is the whole point? That's why it is so frustrating. It's like, okay, cool. So who gonna start the jean company then?
They
Who
didn't
gonna?
even need the
I don't
market,
think
to be
Black
honest.
people
Them
started
jeans is
this. Sorry, go ahead, Tosh.
No, I'm sorry. Those jeans sell themselves. I mean, people don't even know how good of a quality American Eagle jeans are. Like, especially for Black women. Like, if you know, you know. And of course, with Levi's being on there as well, just like changing the trajectory of marketing for jeans. When have we really seen jean ads? Like, so I think again, they're coming in just really trying to find their staple, find their audience. Just because the variety, there's so many people that buy American Eagle, but nobody talks about it.
So let me ask y'all this, because it sounds like overwhelmingly y'all believe that this was purposeful. So like, what are we? I just want to just be clear, because I mean, y'all can do a thumbs up or whatever, however we do it in the chat. How much of this? How many of y'all believe that this was a purposeful "Let's fire up Black people" ad, and how many of y'all
No.
believe that this was like we came up with an idea in the meeting, and unintended consequence happened? What do y'all
Can we
think
play
happened?
the one that we're talking about? Because they swiped the one that we're
No,
talking
what you
about.
what I'm okay. Play that one, but find the do this, Gary. I'll text it to you. Play that one, but find the play the one that Brooke Shields did in the 80s. It's the same ad. She literally says like the same shit, but I'll send it to you.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Something like this, I just don't care about. Like, I don't care. Like, put the ad out, do whatever you do. We all have personal choice. I feel like we keep having this consistent argument over these companies are saying X, Y, and Z to us. If we are not fully and blatantly aware in 2020, sorry about that, with a convicted felon running the country and everybody being open about where they're at with things, having these arguments, not even arguments, having these discussions are fine. But I agree with Isaac. Like, let's put the focus on now. Okay, so we had this call next week. Let's have a call on how people can better market themselves when they don't have the budget and they're smaller brands. Let's have that conversation, because we're all going to hang up off this call and we're going to go about our day, and then people were just mad about an ad and they're going to sell the jeans and we're going to see people in the jeans and we're going to go on about our lives.
Well, that's kind of my point. If no one said anything about this ad would have been something I saw one time and never talked about again. It didn't. This ad didn't stick with me personally. I didn't think it was like, oh my God, what an incredible ad. I mean,
But
it was
it's
the
we're not the
reaction
demographic
we
either.
have is because of the reaction on it. And I was like, oh shit, y'all, people give a fuck about this? Like, I was kind of stunned that it got the reaction that it got. But and as I asked people, I was like, oh shit, this bothers you. Okay, shit, maybe I need to take a look at it again, because I really blew it off.
Gary, I just sent you the ad from the 1980s that Brooke Shields just did. Brooke Shields did for Calvin Klein. This isn't even new marketing. This is just something that has been said and done already. So why would anybody care about it? I don't even understand why people care.
Please play both.
Okay, so
Please.
know that Garrett's gonna play it. So what? So Isaac, you tell me, why did it? I mean, hell, maybe I don't know what year it was done, but I can venture to guess that it didn't get this reaction in the 80s or 90s, whenever it happened. So what's different about this time, this era, this period, that an ad like this don't go off as smooth? Like you said, if it's just a remake of an ad, they didn't get this shitstorm in the 80s when they did it.
To be honest, bro, the thing I think most people are banking on this day is that people enjoy having emotion, especially when it's anger. Like, people hate watch more than anything. You know what I'm saying? People enjoy being angry more than anything. Like, feel good stories, but you give them someone to hate, it turns up a lot more, because it's just a more visceral reaction. More people are angry about their lives and unhappy and looking for a place to direct that. So if you give them something to hate, give them something to be pissed off at, then like that just seems like the motif MO of most of this culture.
But I think we have to take emotion out of it because
Yes.
here's the thing. You guys are going to play this Brooke Shields commercial. I want to give some context. First of all, she's 15 years old in this. And remember, she was exploited. And she even says it. She was very uncomfortable making this commercial because as a young child, they always put her on camera naked, right? She was exploited tremendously. She was like the face of pedophilia for a really long time during this era. So was there the same reaction? Absolutely, yes, because he has also those white features that they were promoting. So I think context is really important. And this was a very outrageous ad when it came out during that time. So yeah, go ahead and play
It was.
it. Was,
You
yes,
were in
it
the
was.
'80s. It was.
Yes, it was because you'll
Who
see when
said that?
she's topless in it and she's 15 years old. Go ahead and play it.
I don't. That don't. I didn't. I didn't care about none of that. I don't care.
Homegirl's talking about natural selection.
Well, I don't. But my point is, it doesn't. It who it. I don't care, dog. It's like, okay, cool. So what's changing? What's changing? Like, I think you know what it is. It's the perspective of people that want respect in a system that is not designed for them. Period. Why are we? Why do we care? Let people sell their genes. We are the whole globe is connected now. I don't even understand why are we even concerned about that kind of stuff in America when we got the ability to do commerce and business with the entire planet. Who cares? Let them people make commercials like that. And here's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, we can make a. If, I'm going to say this. So then, should anybody in the white community have had a problem for the Wayans brothers making a movie called White Chicks? I'm not defending nothing. I'm just saying, should anybody in the white community be offended that the Wayans brothers made a movie called White Chicks?
Exactly.
Because if two white guys made a movie called Black Chicks, bruh, and dressed up as black women and were coming off like Baps,
They would have never seen that premiere.
but that's my point. And it's like, it's like, okay, cool. So, like, the issues of race need to be handled at the legislative level more than anything. So if we're protecting voting rights, if we're working on police reform, if we're working on other things like that, I'm more concerned about that. I'm more concerned about young black men not getting hit with stop and frisk in New York City than a gene ad. I'm more concerned about that. I'm more concerned about those types of things that actually protect black people and actually make black people safer or provide more economic opportunity than anything.
But the people that do care about this commercial are the people that are perpetrating those things that you don't like. And this commercial was not for you. You're a middle-aged black man. Of course it wasn't for you. They're not talking to you. You're not the target audience. I understand why you don't care. However, as the mother of a teenager, and I have two girls, and I remember growing up in the 90s and not seeing myself on the screen. And the way black girls get called ugly in school because of commercials like this is wild and crazy. And still to this day, colorism exists, and especially in the school system. So no, we can't brush it away and say we don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. I can't sit and hear that rhetoric when we have children in schools that are going through bullying, depression, anxiety, a whole bunch of shit because of the commercialization of racism. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, I'm outraged at what I'm hearing because it does affect. If you look at the campaign that Trump ran last year, going to all of those podcasts, Aiden Ross, there is a demographic of white boys that are watching these commercials. Do you think that Sydney Sweeney commercial was for girls?
Man,
It
no,
was
no,
not.
no,
It was
not to
not.
be funny, but we spent from this time last year all the way to November with black people, black men and black women not even saying Kamala Harris was black. I ain't got time for this. I'm telling you, I ain't got time for it. I don't have time.
Let's
It's
just
not.
say
You
this
also
part.
don't have kids though, Isaac. So
No.
I understand why
What I'm saying, no, but it's not. That's not what I'm saying. My point is like there should have been more emphasis on letting in our community when we had a whole conversation of race in our community last year, and we handled it terribly. We handled it very, very poorly. This has nothing to do with Sydney Sweeney. In our own community, we fumbled the ball on a political candidate because we were arguing about whether or not she was black or not. And y'all were mad about the Gene commercial. Y'all should be more mad about that. Like there was
did
less outrage
anybody
over
on
that.
this stage say that Kamala was not black? We were
A
on
lot of
here.
people, a
We
lot of
were
people
on
did.
Fanbase campaigning for her.
A lot of
So
people.
you're not talking to us.
No,
You're not
but
talking to me.
I know. But what I'm saying is, a lot of people were saying that Kamala Harris wasn't black, and it's just like, yo, it was just like it doesn't. All this stuff, like this is a waste of time. What's the end result? So, okay, American Eagle puts out. Let's just fast forward. American Eagle puts out a commercial talking about jeans and how good jeans are. When number one, in the next 20 years, people of color will be the dominant race in this country. Africa, 70% of Africa is under the age of 30. Like, who cares? Let them make their commercials. It ain't gonna stop. Nothing. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, run, like, fast forward, dog. Run it to the end.
It
Like,
does
the
matter.
world,
My
no, it
question,
doesn't. The world's getting browner. It's
Right.
a numbers game, dog. The world is getting browner.
in the
So,
next 4 years, there
I'm
are
not talking
kids
about 4 years. I'm
turning
talking the next 6
18.
years.
But here's the thing, though.
There's
Oh,
kids turning 18 that will be voting. And this influences them. Don't tell me that it don't.
My question to you would be, what is your solution?
right.
Yeah. What's the solution?
What is your solution
You
to
can't.
something like this, or what would you?
Boycott American Eagle jeans? Cool. All right. What's next? What
Hey,
legislation we got to stop this from happening? None. Privately held company. They can say whatever the hell they want to. Why do we care?
we need real contingencies. You feel me? Like that's so. Like at the end of the day, they're cool with pissing us off once a quarter if it boosts their sales.
Sales. Exactly. And we do nothing. It's like we can poke and prod and disrespect and make fun of these people, and they ain't gonna do shit. They never do and never will.
Yes,
So my
You dis
question.
you disrespect you
When I was,
disrespect.
So hold
they're
on.
not
Question really
caring.
quickly. The
They're
question
not
really
thinking.
quickly.
They're not thinking about black people in these rooms. Is what I'm saying.
yes, and
Working with these
I don't
white
care if that,
men
but I
that
don't care if they're thinking about. But my point is, why do we care if they're thinking about us?
So
Why do
that's
we
why I
care?
want to say this point because
Yeah,
it's not
let me
about
get
that.
Natasha.
My whole thing is that what y'all are saying has absolutely nothing to do with what goes on in these marketing rooms. They're just trying to sell fucking jeans. So what they did, they pulled data reports and let AI tell them who their target audience was. They came up with hooks, angles, and a whole script for that lady to read. She read that shit. I'm sure in the back of her mind, she was like, She went ahead and paid. They get paid her. That shit is out there, and now everybody's in an uproar in regards to the messaging. We got to get with the script writer. What was the script writer thinking? That's what the problem it is. It has it's data. We're more
But
data
Natasha,
driven.
that's verbatim. The Sydney Sweeney ad is almost verbatim what Brooke Shields said in 1980. So they didn't even really
That's
they
why they
didn't.
tweaked it.
But
We
but,
just
but, but my
watched.
point is, it's like they're not sitting in a room. They just they just remade an old commercial from 1980 and did it.
A creative strategist sat there and saw that and was like, "Oh, this is fire. We should recreate it." They just
That's fine, but I mean
recreated it.
That's
that ain't
exactly
nothing
what
new.
happened. Thank you, Natasha. That's exactly what happened.
A script
Yeah,
writer, they saw it and was like,
So,
"This is fire. We
that's
gonna
what.
recreate it." They wrote that shit out. They did not think about
Right. So
no
why are you
marketing.
mad? That's what I'm saying. You're like this is. I would understand if they made. I would understand if this was an original script, and this is an original idea, and they came up with this right now at this time. They put that ad out in 1980. Y'all mad about something that they wrote in 1980? Bruh, man, what's the problem, dog? I don't understand why we care.
No, I'm not mad. I'm trying to justify
well,
and say that I don't think it was a black agenda. I don't think it had anything to do with getting black people in an uproar.
Not at
I'm
all.
just saying somebody thought that was a fire idea and was like, "Oh, we should recreate this." That's all that happened.
Like when
And
they
it
had
was
Kendall Jenner hand a Pepsi to a cop, like
yeah, it had
like
nothing to do with us. It was just
no, no.
to
Now,
me
in certain
for this
situations,
jeans.
they know that they're gonna make. They know that black folks gonna get mad. They know, like they know they're gonna piss off some black people in these
so,
boardrooms, and they know
so
that. Go ahead.
well, hold on. It's 10:30, and we're getting fired up. I want to let's reset a bit, and I want to get people up from the audience. Gary, I see you brought up at least one or two people. I see you came up. I thought, but I want to start getting people up from the audience. So if you have any questions or comments you want to add, to the conversation, please raise your hand and Gary get you up here. We're talking about, for people who got in here late, we're talking about the City Sweeney American Eagle ad. For me, I will say this. My main thing was it a good ad? Was it an effective ad? Was what they intended to happen? Did it happen? And like I said, I'm just trying to gather from the room. Was like Natasha, you said the intention was to sell jeans. I guess we'll find out what the sales look like maybe in the next month or so when the quarterly reports start coming out, right? But if you're telling me that the main intentions of this ad was to fire up black people, well, it seemed like it did that. So I guess if we counting that as for points, I guess it was fairly effective.
I don't.
If it was just to get people talking, I think it did that as well. So I think it checks the boxes of an effective marketing ad for all the marketing people in this room, like myself.
I think the goal behind the ad was to sexualize jeans, and Sydney Sweeney has been sexualized ever since she started doing Euphoria. Like they've been sexualizing her, so she's been, the conversation of being the young girl that's sexualized in the way that other people, she's young and all that kind of stuff. So I think that was the ad, because when the one that I think that Danny's talking about, she's not wearing, like, Sydney Sweeney's not even wearing a top. She's wearing like a jean jacket with no shirt on. She's like, it's very sexual. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that was the goal, is to make jeans sexy for girls and their target market. And she said they make your butt look great and XYZ and da 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 da. And I think that was that's all I took from it. I ain't think about no look. I ain't, I could care less, man, dog. We got more important things to worry about.
I'll say before we go to Larry, it's also sometimes, everybody think about it. These are called tropes in the community, and we do it at the subconscious level. So if I even when my mom, one of my little daughters has a darker shade, and the 1-year-old, the 3-year-old has a lighter shade. So my mom would say, she don't mean any harm. It's her grandmother. Come over here, chocolate. And I said, Mom, don't make reference to her skin in terms of a color, because subconsciously it's going to affect her, especially given the fact that her sister's a lighter shade. That's a black trope. So when we see these things happen in advertisement, I don't give a damn if white people are talking about things inside of their marketing meetings. They should be capitalists, because black people could do the same thing in America. They probably wouldn't, because black people live by a different code, which I also find ridiculous. But this whole idea that white people shouldn't advertise and market tropes that we continue in our community is ridiculous. I do like Isaac's point. I disagree. I don't think Kamala is black. That's for another reason. I can argue academically, but I do agree with his point that people were focusing more on her ethnic background than actually supporting her. And she does share more of a common phenotype with black people than Donald Trump does. So his core argument it stands. But overall, what I'm saying is we literally continue these tropes every day. We claim that we're outing each other. We claim that we're going to cancel each other. We make rooms on not this app, but the other app, putting each other's name in titles. And then we get upset when whites say, oh, look at their behavior. Let's put an advertisement out based on exactly how they behave. Let's help them promote the thing a bit more. They're already promoting it. Let's give them some widespread distribution, because this is how they treat each other. I'm going on mute.
Yeah.
I can always count on Duran.
Larry V.
Who else we got?
I also want to add a fact real quick. The demographic that buys the most stuff out of any other demographic is white teenage girls. Just throwing that out there, because that's
so they put a 27-year-old girl in the jean ad that looks
she
sexualized.
plays a teenager, so
Right.
they don't see 27.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. You're right. I think in the chat you said it gives more pedo vibes than it does racist vibes. I can see that. Like even what's the girl that just made $1 million in a day? Lil Tay. I don't know if y'all saw that. Did y'all see that? Nick, did you see that?
No, I didn't see it, but I seen somebody talking about it this morning.
Yeah, the little Tay used to hold money and talk crap all the time. Like, I'm Lil Tay, I'm rich and
Yeah.
She turned 18, started OnlyFans, got naked, made $1 million in a day.
Ew.
She was also broke the entire time she was holding that money.
Yikes.
Well, That was marketing then. That part was great marketing. So
Yeah. Larry B, welcome to the stage. Tell us where you're calling from. What would you like to add to the conversation?
Much appreciated. I'm actually sitting in Clayton County right now, Atlanta, but
I thought you
from
meant the
Georgia.
jail, but okay.
Yes, sir.
But you
I knew
can't
that's what
say
you was going
sitting
to
in
say.
Clayton County like that.
I knew
You
that's
can't
what
say
the
that.
vibe was going to be, but
Hey, that's
I
my
did that intentionally. We throw it out there, and then somebody's going to run with it instead of thinking about, well, let me really find out what's underlying. And that's what I found about this ad. Like Isaac, I went like Nick. I'm sorry, I went right past it when I saw it. It didn't make me not a bit of difference. But I think we are arguing, and I use that lightly, over nothing. We need to focus on what we didn't do for a FUBU, a Carl Kanai. We need to work in the space that we're accepted and appreciated, as opposed to always trying to look for acceptance and inclusion in spaces we know that's not for us. Now, the sister said earlier her son or her daughter, I don't remember, I'm sorry, wears these American Eagle jeans. I've worn American Eagle jeans before, but you know when I bought them when they were at Marshalls or Ross on sale because they were cheap. They were inexpensive. I can just throw it on. But I'm not going to American Eagle. They're not built for us. Why are we constantly trying to fight this inclusion thing that doesn't get us anywhere? I had a whole lot more to say, but everybody else talked through it, so I'll let it go from there. I appreciate y'all letting me up.
Appreciate it, Larry. Good call. Good call.
Let's see. Mind your books. Welcome to the stage. Tell us where you're calling from. What would you like to add to the conversation?
Thank you for letting me up and not going to take a lot of time. I'm calling from Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey.
So I agree with Isaac. Listen, it's a numbers game. Why are we wasting our time talking about them? Let's talk about us, what we're doing, where we're going, legislation. Listen, and as you all already said, all the time we spend talking about Harris wasn't black, they were doing what they were doing over there, and that's why they won. Okay, let's keep our minds where it should be, like Isaac said. And thank you, Isaac. I really appreciate hearing you today, and just gives me a lot more confidence in what you're trying to do. Because I had a lot of people I was trying to get to invest in Fanbase. But anyway, so let's all pull together, like most of you've already said. We're not paying attention to them. We're paying attention to us and what we're doing. Okay, like the Fearless Group and all those things that's happening on a different level, a higher level. This is low level thinking, low level conversation. We need to talk on legislation, access, and push back on what they're trying to do to us as a culture. And thank you for letting me up. And I don't want to take up too much time.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Coach, welcome back to the stage. What would you like to add to the conversation this morning? Good morning, Coach. Unmute yourself.
Do you mean Coach Steph?
It only says Coach. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. All right. Hi. Thank you, everyone, for putting me up here.
Yes,
I am Coach Stephanie, and I'm actually calling from Chicago, the Windy City. But I have to just really quickly, I want to say thank you, Isaac, because you're absolutely right. And the caller that just spoke, I think we are focusing on something that it's the distraction. I think we do need to get back to being fired up, let's put it that way, about when the next fashion director, black brand, let's get fired up to promote them, to sell. Because when we're fired up, just like the rap music, just like anything else, who winds up and starts buying our stuff? Who emulates our stuff? So I think that should be more of our passion behind our conversation, to work on that. But I do also agree that, sexualizing females, that's been going on for years. I agree with the point about even with Brooke Shields, and she said it herself. She was used as a sex symbol at a very young age, but even that conversation right now, because I was watching the American Eagle ads, and really there's no reaction there. I think we need to start focusing on building attention and reaction of promoting our Black products in a very positive light, and not as stereotypical what they want us to look like, but for us to start promoting ourselves in a good light. Because
Agreed.
yeah, so I'll just end it at that. I think that's what we should be talking about instead of us parading around. Maybe not anybody that's in this conversation, but being at the airport wearing bonnets and our pajamas. Let's start promoting more that we got some class, just like the folks were in Black Wall Street and all the other cities that was making a great deal of money.
Well, thank you.
So,
Definitely.
yep, you're welcome.
Yes, ma'am. Leonard, welcome back, Leonard.
Wanted to wait until you moved to Gary. See, it just happened. That's a Black trope. Being that because I don't want people arguing with me. Plus, they probably wouldn't win. But that's a Black trope bestowed by white people. Being at the airport with bonnets and pajamas. I don't see a problem with Black people wearing bonnets and pajamas at the airport. It may make them comfortable. But if I subscribe to the ideology that white people say that that's not a description of how one should dress in public, then of course I'm going to say that that stylization actually is a problem. You can always count on someone following me and making my point actually work in real time. I'm going on mute.
Blessings. Welcome back. Got for us.
Duran never disappoints, bro.
Straight up.
Hey, I think that's that ad with American Eagle was cooked up by American Eagle 6 months ago, right in time for back to school. And they put it out there, probably had a publicist come out and say, hey, let's go with this ad and cause it a shitstorm. And it blew up. Yesterday, I was at Costco getting 4 new tires. So to kill time, I go in Target. White folks in there burning it down. The back school section was packed. It was all marketing. And it came perfectly timed. So if you don't like Target, when they give you their ass to kiss, build your own supermarket brand. If you don't like the jeans company and the way they market their brands, don't buy it. Or create your own and promote it on Fanbase. I yield back.
100%. I agree with Leonard, and I was going to make that point. We have to give, we have to back people when they create things. When Isaac first put out Fanbase, it hadn't even caught any real traction, but I had followed Isaac for a while. I bought into the company because we've seen how Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all these other platforms came out. Nick, you took it upon yourself to create this room. We have so many people that create these spaces, and then we say, okay, well, when they drop their next thing, let's promote it. No, let's get behind it without them needing to drop their own campaigns. And I think that's what we keep missing, right? Like, we're waiting for that big thing to hit. And the companies like Amazon and some of these other companies needed people to come in, get behind them, back them, invest in them before they were a thing. Even if you look at some of these other big corporations, I think it's the guys from Airbnb winning back somebody else, and then somebody from PayPal or whoever back somebody else. They're always backing each other before it's that hot commodity. And being charged is great. Even Duran with his amazing feat with his company. And you have Tiffany who's out here killing it in Atlanta with her bar. There's so many people out here doing things. But if we don't get behind the people that we know are doing them side by side, even if it's 2 or 3 of us, we're never going to be able to get to a point where we're not going to care about what they're doing because we're not invested enough in what we're doing.
I love that. And to add to that, the other issue is they don't do crazy shit after supporting each other. I literally teach Black people about that, Alita. I call it the people network effect, because the network effect is the idea that you connect a bunch of nodes and those nodes have to stay together without falling. And I said they have a people network effect in the software world. That is true. Sean Parker took Mark Zuckerberg to Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel came from PayPal, gave Mark Zuckerberg his first check. Then Peter Thiel took Mark Zuckerberg to the LinkedIn founder Reid Hoffman. Reid Hoffman gave him his second check. Then Mark Zuckerberg hired Adam D'Angelo. Adam D'Angelo then hired some people that worked at YouTube first. So But the other thing they don't do is invest in each other. Then when something goes awry, they call themselves out in one another. They just say, "Hey, it's my friend. They have a problem, and the best to them, and they're going to deal with it quietly." If I can invest in Nick, and then Nick get in some legal trouble, catch a parking ticket, or he's arrested, and I see him on television, then I go and make a room about him being arrested. Like it just doesn't correlate. Yeah, I was better off not giving them any money at all. And this is one of the issues that we have in our community. And a lot of these issues are not ours as far as that we create it. We're perpetuating some effects that come from the white system. But one more thing I said on the ad, I put it in the chat. I think we need to hire the comedians as marketers inside of our company. Just imagine if someone was upset about this ad and then they hired Dave Chappelle. They gave him $100K to actually make an ad. Like he would be the perfect person to actually make a white American ad. Before I get upset with white America about bestowing this stereotype on me, I'm going to fight it back with another ad. The way I would think about it is, oh, let's do something. Let's do something similar, and articulate a trope about white people, a stigma about white people. Let's remind them what they actually did in America, so that we can actually get some attention. Let's market against their marketing, opposed to me sitting around doing the fake outrage, knowing I just wanted to make a room about Nick, the fact that he got arrested, and post his picture up that he actually got arrested. But then I want to pump my fists and say, why did that white person make that advertisement? This stuff be ridiculous. I'm going on mute.
I'm here for a petty party. Chrissy Poo.
I love petty party.
Chrissy Poo.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
Hey.
As Black people, we gotta just stop feeling that we need to be a part of what everything that white people create. They didn't create it for us in the first place. They never did. Let's talk about since we talked about jeans. I heard the conversation on that. Look at Gloria Vanderbilt. Her son is Anderson Cooper. Gloria Vanderbilt in the 80s, and my mother worked in the cosmetic line, so I can tell you anything about cosmetics and how they differentiated between black skin and white skin. Okay, if you want to go there in the beauty industry, let's go there. Gloria Vanderbilt said her jeans weren't made for black women. And to a certain fact, they really were not made for black women. Black women got big butts and they're hippie. Gloria Vanderbilt jeans were strictly for white women. That was her target audience. What Gloria Vanderbilt did was this. Oh, I'm losing money. So yeah, y'all can come and shop with us. But guess what? We didn't have anybody back in the day to even make a jean for us. So I just think as black people, we're always focusing on trying to conform to what others do instead of saying, let me create my own. I don't go to school for texture and all that stuff. I'm brilliant, but not that brilliant. I'm not a genius at that. But I think that's the problem. What we do is we're too busy trying to gravitate to other people and not design and form and create our own things because we're always trying to conform. And even now, where I'm at in St. Louis, Missouri, all the DEI programs are gone and everything else. Guess what? What we gonna do? Now it's time for you to step up to the plate, to the table, black people, black leaders, and everybody else, and put your dollars together. Because the white man is showing you right now, you're not gonna get it through us. So now we got to get together and do it for ourselves. And I have to thank Mr. Isaac for this platform and everything. Because guess what? I'm telling you right now, I'm getting tired of Facebook. I like Fanbase, but I'm getting tired of Facebook because guess what? It's the same thing over and over again. And I love having these conversations. But at the end of the day, for black people, what are we going to do to change the narrative? I think I've been in 20 rooms and everybody asked the question, what is your solution? What is your solution?
Yeah, we know how you feel. We know how you feel about it. What we
I mean, what are you going to do?
Straight up. Well, thank you.
I mean, seriously, because the thing about that is you can have this conversation 20 years from now, and white people are going to see that black people have not progressed. They're going to see that they're not trying to make any changes. They're not. You got to go to some of these board tables and talk with some of these people. When I started my business many years ago and I was selling sex toys, lingerie, shoes, clothing, everything, you had to go talk to these white people. And that's what I had to do. And I had to learn the trick. That's the problem. We're not learning the trick. And a lot of this stuff we created. Agreed. If your ancestors built the pyramids, damn it, they saying they did it. No, they didn't.
We know.
But that's the thing. You giving people who don't look like you too much credit when you're not getting it. That's all I'm gonna say. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you for that.
So, thank you, Chrissy.
So I just hit Google and there are a few brands, Black-owned jean brands that pop up. So I mean, we don't even have to go build it again. We just have to support it. We already own a lot of companies. We're just not seeking them.
I'm just going to continue my
But people
lifelong
don't buy
boycott of
it.
American Eagle because I never bought them in the first place. So I just continue my American Eagle boycott.
People
I
don't
was
buy it. You
accidentally
know how
doing.
many times they try to make FUBU seem like it was whack until people
Yes.
in Asia started wearing it.
But that's
And
my point.
and this call is coming from inside the room because this is who I work with.
But that's the point. To support, the space that you feel and how you feel about your children, which we're not negating. I'm saying the brands already exist. We have to support it. Fanbase is here. We got to keep spreading it. These companies, one of them is being carried in Bloomingdale's. You can go find a Bloomingdale's anywhere. But we have to say that we're wearing the brand. We have to say that it's Black owned. Because honestly, when I'm trying to buy some jeans, I don't go to say, let me find if they're Black owned. I find the cut that I think works for my build. So we don't even have to build the company. The companies exist. We have to back them and we have to promote them ourselves.
How many
The
people?
kids
Good
have
point.
to do
Great
it.
point,
The
Aaliyah.
kids have to do it.
How
It's
many
not.
people? How many people purchase? And I'm not going to trimble on your time, brother Weeks. How many people purchase American Eagle stock? So the stock now is currently trading at $12.48. The market cap is 2.1 billion. Our company Labs is worth more than American Eagle, by the way. So we're good on that. But how many people actually purchase? Yeah, no, I do that, Nick. How many people
Thanks,
actually
bud.
purchase? How many people actually purchase the stock? Because if anything, if Black people are going to get upset, it's just going to keep the stock rising because the news is going towards them. Every searchable element, it increases the value perception of the actual stock. So I don't think the hedge fund managers are going to actually care if American Eagle goes down or not. What they care about is if I can buy the stock at 12.48, if they can keep this drama going for about 3 days and they can get to $17, then I can spin it out and make my money. And the company may fail next week because it may just become too legitimate. Why again? This is America. America allows us to do that. America's not stopping Gary and I from making DG or Nick and Isaac DGNI Inc. What's DGNI Inc? We'll tell you next month after we make all of our money. It's the initials of all the 4 of our names. Like America's not stopping that. I'm not about to sit around and be upset in America when I can get to this cheese. Let me make some money off of these people and then give it back to the Black people. It's not white people's responsibility to take care of our ethnic group. It's mine. Their stock is trading at 12.48. You guys can go on Acorns, Robinhood. If you think that us being upset is going to keep the news going, it's going to be directly correlated to the stock. Go and buy some shares. Spin those bad babies out when they start trembling down, and you can and you make your money. I'm going on mute.
Look,
There it is. We got a few minutes left. We got Weeks up here. I want to make sure we get Weeks in.
get in there, Weeks. Welcome back. Where you at today?
Y'all hear me okay?
Sure.
All right, so I'm walking outside. So I played football, and when we would get hit for like a 60-yard run or pass or something, you had to have short memory. And so that means that, yes, that shit hurt. Yes, it sucks. Yes, it might have been starting when they just broke a big play on you. But you can't limit that shit because you literally got about 3 seconds before they do a quick snap and get on your ass again. So with us being in this country and hopefully most of us knowing the history, we have to understand the bigger picture about like how this thing works, this business machine, how racism works, how marketing works, how people have the free will to do about whatever the hell they can get through the airways. Once you get that stuff settled into your heart and into your mind, also having a culture driven in your home where you're not overreactive or, you know what I'm saying, overly emotional about shit that for one, you don't have any control over. That's our biggest problem a lot of times. And then like you guys are talking about, we react in the wrong way. So we have to make sure that we have emotional intelligence when we're doing this stuff and we're trying to scale up, we're trying to make things more palatable for the general public. But what we can focus on is our own public. I went down a rabbit hole for marketing, and I realized that when companies started to, like when Coca-Cola was killing it and crushing the whole soda market, certain people did not just stand by and say, "Well, I guess the soda market sold up." Seven Up came out, and they became the Uncola. So when we talked about being petty, sometimes you just got to switch that shit up and be the total opposite of what the domineering party is already doing. So And like you said, there's so many brands that are already in existence. We just don't even celebrate, promote that shit as much as we do because there's an assimilation to going to Lennox or Phipps or out in, California to the malls out there. We just love being able to say we paid for some shit to show our status. Once we get past all that superficial shit, and also anchor down into like real quality production to where we creating products so good, like the real McCoy. Learn the Elijah McCoy story if you're not familiar with it. Once we realize we're creating products and shit and services that are so elite that nobody can avoid us, then and only then will we be able to get over this stupid ass conversation. I'll land there.
Elite.
There it is. There it is.
What would make
So
you
look,
guys buy some FUBU jeans today? Please tell me what would make y'all buy it.
If
what
they
would make me buy some food? That's a great fucking question. What would make me buy FUBU jeans today?
If they were fashionable, if
A 90s
they
party.
if no, like if they had the cuts like we are doing now, like they can't obviously can't do the baggy jeans anymore. They got to do like the boot cut. Like if they were fashionable now, I think there's still a ways to go with buying and supporting Black brands, but I think it's more acceptable. It's like people are going more towards buying Black brands. If they just keep up with the trends, then I think that they would do well.
Yeah, I'm overpaying $80 for jeans though. So
I saw a lot of Carl Kanai when I usually go to Europe. Like I see a lot of our brands in Europe more than I do here in the States.
Europe,
Europe
Asia,
and
those are the
Asia.
biggest markets. Africa, those are the biggest markets for
That's funny
Black
you say that. When I
owned
went to
brands.
Paris, I did see a lot of our brands there. I thought that was kind of cool, and they were in like styles that I didn't see here. Like
Mm-hmm.
like today, I got on a jogging suit. It's raining here in Atlanta, and it's got the logo on the leg. I got the logo on the top. If Fubu has something like that, if Carl Kanai has something like that, like I think I would grab it just on the strength of like the fit.
You
Especially
probably
me
got
right
When I
now
did
because
I
everything is
saw a FUBU jersey last night at a party I went to. I think like we always talk about. I think the young kids are like they don't really care about the big brands, quote unquote, like we do now, like we used to. You know what I'm saying? So I saw a lot of FUBU. I saw a lot of the cuts and stuff that we used to wear that's coming back. So I don't know. I think that would be a good thing to come back right now during this market.
at one of the festivals I went to in Switzerland, they had like in like Artist Village, they had a merch tent that was just all Carl Kanai. And I'm like, well, how much is it? They're like, no, this is for you all. Like you take whatever you like, leave what you don't. Like got a hoodie. We all got Carl Kanai merch, but it was just giving it out for this festival. It's like they sponsored a festival.
Which goes to
that's
my
hard.
point. The marketing of anti-Black fashion, it's a here problem in the States here. And we have to be very cognizant of that. Again, in marketing, like the streets were saying FUBU was whack for a really long time, but it wasn't whack outside of here, right? So it's us. We have to change the notion. And we have to tell the kids, this is what's popping. Being you is okay. Being who you are is okay. Being Black is great and fabulous and fantastic. And tell them every single day. So yeah, these commercials do matter because they are targeting our kids. And that's all I'm gonna say. Thank
I
you.
think to answer your question about FUBU as well is I think FUBU would have to be open to looking at all frames of what being Black is. We used to kind of single lane and kind of be like, oh, it's hip hop, oh, it's pro Black with afros and whatnot. We got to be open to Black with a lot of different ways. So as a brand, are you going to embrace these other spaces of what that looks like now in 2025? You got skinny jeans and you got skater spaces and you have all these other spaces that Black kids now feel way more comfortable in expressing themselves in. And I think to be expansive as a brand, you don't have to change your entire product or collection. But if we're going to discuss imaging, we have to discuss how expansive that can look.
shit.
Great point. Great point.
Thank you.
So look, it's 11:04. I want to wrap this call up. I appreciate y'all, man. First day of school. This was the day that it's raining outside. This was the day that I actually was gonna be like, we might do the call today just because it was one of them hectic mornings. but I'm glad we did the call, and I'm glad I got to hear a lot of these opinions and perspectives and reactions to this ad. I love today's conversation. I hope y'all did too. We do this call every single Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern time to 11 a.m. Eastern time. We do this right here on Fanbase. Shouts out to Isaac for providing the platform. I hope you guys have a great day, a great week. Again, my birthday is Wednesday. I might not show up on y'all on Monday. I might still be on birthday vacation. We're gonna see.
What? Do it.
Oh, is this
Enjoy
your birthday? Is
yourself.
this Wednesday, Nick?
Happy early
My birthday
birthday.
is Wednesday, man. August 6th. Shout out to
Mine
all the
is on
Leos.
the 20th.
Happy birthday.
Hey, Leo,
Yeah,
I knew I liked
it's
you
not
for a reason.
surprising that you and I were born in the same month.
It's
You know what I'm
Gang,
saying?
gang,
Like
gang,
at all.
gang, Leo gang.
That's
the
right,
great, the
Alita
greatness.
too, even though she was born in July. Shouts out to Alita.
Jeez.
So, but yeah, I love all y'all. I appreciate y'all. Love and respect. And y'all enjoy y'all day. Be safe out there. And I'll see y'all next week. All right? Peace.
Peace.
Bye to all the Leos and the Leos only. Bye.
Hey.
Sheesh.
That's wild.
Wild.
Hey y'all, there you go. Happy Monday. This is August 1st, 2025. We already into August. What's up with that? What's up? We already into August. Well, thanks to all you listeners out there that joined my live, and I'm signing out.